Hey gamers, what's going on? It's Hailey Bright here with Clevver Games. I'm hanging out with Dave McCarthy. We're talking the new Project Spark. This is an awesome game where you can actually create your own game. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it is kind of a new category, actually.
It is a new category.
Yeah, we call it an open world digital canvas is what we've called it. So
Concept.
the basic premise is, if it's in your imagination, we give you the tools and techniques to build, play, share anything in the gaming universe, really. And it's a combination of different game modes and tool sets that allow you to share your biggest creation with the community and get that good vibe of everybody else consuming it and giving you props for it.
Yeah, and there's 3 basic platforms you can start from when creating a game.
That's right.
Can you tell us about these platforms? Oh, and the white space one sounds like the scariest one. It's like blank piece of paper. Where do you start?
I know, and that was my thought too when we started it, was the blank slate editor, basically, which we showed a little bit of on stage, which is that kind of sculpting moment, right?
Yeah.
Turns out for most people that's actually one of the most approachable.
Really?
So
That's where they want to start. Blank piece of paper.
Well, it's
I guess
so
it gives you the
compelling.
most creativity, right?
It does, and it's just there's this great feeling, especially with a touch surface, to kind of just sculpt things and have them form, right? And you can do so much in there. You can visually build it. You can add brains to things and behaviors, which is obviously a big aspect of Project Spark beyond the ability to build worlds. If that's too intimidating, though, we've got this story builder, which we call Crossroads. And it's really a series of narrative choices that you can make, kind of the world's best choose-your-own-adventure, almost, right? So you just go through these series of choices, my enemy, my quests, my motivation, my side quests, and it builds a game right before your eyes. We showed a little bit of that on stage with the kind of going from mountains to rivers to day to night, all that stuff, but it's a quest thing as well.
And with those, the enemies come almost built into the scene?
They do initially, so you can choose between a bunch of ones, but the beauty of Project Spark is if you don't like that choice, you can go to our library of stuff, or you can go to the community and grab whatever they've made.
Peace out, I'll put my own villain in. And then what's the third choice?
So the third choice is taking what the community's built. So you can take anybody's
That's
game.
really neat, by the way.
It's cool, right? You can take anybody's game or creation and, make a little modification and make it your own. You can play anything. You can edit anything. We track the lineage of what happens to a game, right? So you can see everybody that's touched it and kind of made it along the way. So it's kind of the ultimate in riffing on a project together.
So can you actually view how many people have played your game?
You can, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so cool. I love it.
And vote for it and give you give you the thumbs up and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh man, I love the idea that you can vote games up. So when you're looking for games in the community, the games that are rated the highest, are those the ones that show up first?
So we have a number of different filters. There's most recently added, most played. You can search by categories, so we do a bunch of search filters on that. We will curate stuff in the Project Spark team and kind of point out some of our favorites to people. So a bunch of different ways to do it.
What's the most creative? I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of creative things from your team because that's what you guys do. But what's sort of the coolest thing you guys have made so far?
Oh boy, that's like...
Or give me your favorite, I guess, would be
my favorite child, yeah. The one that surprised me a lot, we showed it briefly in the montage during the keynote address. There was a keyboard. So somebody built a keyboard using the different assets. What in itself is not really a game, but they somehow figured out they had a volume switch and a remixer and a recorder and essentially made like a virtual keyboard using Project, which when we started, I couldn't have even dreamed. And we see examples of that every day where there's stuff that comes up where it takes a minute for us as the team to go, how the heck did they do that? And then you see, one thing they tweaked or one line of visual language that they used and the light bulb goes on, and then the community takes that and they riff on that. And that's really the power of Project Spark overall.
Yeah. This is a great game. I love the idea that you can create the game and then throw it out to the community to play it. And this, it's kind of like, that's what I envisioned as a kid. I'd love to create my own game. Is that where you guys started with this? Oh man, people would just love to create their own games. So instead of them playing other people's games, they can just play their own game.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old, and I've been in games for a while, and they've never been able to understand why they couldn't just play their games on Xbox. For them, that was like a no-brainer.
Totally.
And that spirit kind of caught on for a lot of us in the team, which is, how cool would it be to create something on any screen, play it with your friends on your console, share it with everybody, right? There's a great vibe, and it's just it's time now to do that. The tools, the technology, the design sensibility, it's all come together in a way where I'm more excited to see the games that everybody else in the world creates than, you know, I am for some of these games out on the floor here.
Totally.
Yeah, so it's like a new movement in gaming overall for us, and we're really excited to be part of it.
Well, me too. I'm super stoked. So tell us, when does this game come out?
So we've talked about being out in the Xbox One launch window.
Okay.
So we're not announcing a specific date yet, but we will be in that launch window. You can sign up for the beta now on Windows 8 on joinprojectspark.com. And we'll be rolling out on Xbox 360 as well. We didn't talk about that during the keynote, but you'll be able to create and play on 360 as well.
Perfect. All right. All right, guys. Well, that's it for Project Spark. I'm Hailey Bright with Clevver Games, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.